Today, I'm going to share with you our top 5 tips for looking for graduate school and considering it as an option for yourself. The first thing to recognize about the graduate school process is that it is a process. And so some of this stuff is really going to take time. It's going to take careful consideration. And so to plan in advance is going to be a helpful part of this. The second is to reflect truly on what your career goals may be. Will graduate school help you get to where you want to go? What kind of experience do you already have? What are your job prospects after graduation from the graduate programs that you might be looking at? Some other things to consider are preparation, what it's going to take to get into a grad school. Of course, cost will be a consideration. And then the energy that you have after your undergrad also should be taken into account. As you're looking at programs, before you're looking at programs truly is to think about what you're looking for in a graduate program. So if you've done some of the reflection to know that you do want to go to graduate school and that it will benefit you, when you're starting to look at programs, try to prioritize some of the things that you see here. What's most important to you when you're looking? Is it where it's located? Maybe you know you want to be in New York City, and so you're only going to look at grad programs that are there. Maybe it's just about cost. And so you know you want to get a master's degree, but you need to do it for the least amount of cost. It could be program duration. It could be faculty to student ratio in terms of the academic environment. So all of these things are more or less important to different people. So we definitely recommend prioritizing them for yourself. A couple places that you can use to research programs. One is petersons.com. The second is gradschools.com. So it lets you sort by programs, locations, and all that good stuff for you to develop a research for yourself of what's out there. And then fourth tip from us is to not forget about the financing piece of this puzzle. So thinking about what fellowships, grants, or scholarships do the schools offer. Whether you're looking at assistantships, which are kind of like jobs that exist as part of the program that help with tuition, thinking about work study, and then of course sometimes loans are part of the equation, and so the financial piece of grad school is going to be something that you have to consider. And as a fifth piece of advice is to pay attention with details with your applications for each graduate school. So they're all going to have different requirements. They're going to have different timelines. And so keeping something like an Excel document to keep track of what you've submitted already, who you've communicated with, what the deadlines are, and all of that stuff will be important. Having attention to detail with the application forms so that they can understand truly what your skills are and that you do have an attention to detail, which will be a requirement for graduate school. Whether you've already requested formal transcripts from your alma mater, that will come into play also. With a resume or CV, we have to think about quality of those documents, checking them for typos, getting them checked over by different people. With letters of recommendation, thinking about, have I given the people who I'm asking for letters from enough detail about what I'm interested in, what my graduate programs are that I'm looking into, and then also where to send the letters of recommendation. It can be very complicated for somebody trying to understand where to send all of the letters. Personal statements are also going to be something that you'll have to work on, and those are going to require a lot of reflection on your part and a lot of time in terms of developing the content for those. What entrance exams are going to be required for your specific graduate programs? And then thinking about interviews as sort of a last step is that some programs will require an interview as part of their process. How career services can help you is a variety of ways. Thinking about your career goals as you reflect and explore what it is that you're interested in. We can help with industry knowledge in terms of careers that are more beneficial to have a master's degree or ones where it's less necessary. Thinking about research as well in terms of researching the programs, helping you reflect on what may be important to you for certain programs and really organizing that information. The actual applications, thinking about reviewing something like a resume or a CV reviewing personal statements or helping you come up with some of that content as you're brainstorming. And then guidance on what graduate exams exist, what might be required of you, and some resources for studying for those also. And then with financing, typically there's going to be an application process for some of those things, whether it's a scholarship or it's an apprenticeship or assistantship. And so we can help with the application materials for those as well. Reach out to us if you have any questions at all. We are here to help you through this process. We know it can be confusing and a little bit overwhelming. And so reach out to us in whatever way, whether it's email address, calling us, checking out our website. We are definitely here to help.